evening and many thanks for joining us. This is the 23rd of March, the year 2024. Indeed, it's a day that the good Lord has made it possible for you and I to meet yet again, my good people. And of course, it's now time for the latest update in the world of politics, business, and of course, sports. And this is what to expect in the next rather 30 minutes or so. Tonight, give us fertilizer on time. Beare North Member of Parliament wants the National Cereals and Produce Board to distribute subsidized fertilizers to farmers on time. Well done, Judiciary. Ruku praises Judiciary for working independently in handling petition challenging affordable housing law. Also tonight, Grand Fall Dam must fall. Leaders from Kutv and Tharaka Nithi County opposes construction of Grand Fall Dam. Plus, boosting tourism. Ministry of Tourism embarks on a mission to boost tourism sector in the country.
This is Weekend Live with Auma Evans.
My co-pilot tonight is Joy Mtava. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can talk to us. You can send in your views and comments regarding this particular broadcast. You can talk to us. Our SMS lines are open. Of course, this is where we begin our bulletin tonight, and we'll take you straight to Embu, where Beare North Member of Parliament, that is Geoffrey Ruku, has called on the National Cereal and Produce Board to ensure farmers in his constituency have timely access to government subsidized fertilizer. This follows a complaint from several residents who claim that there is a lot of favorism and corruption in the distribution process. On the other hand, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture, Dr. Paul Kiprono, while in Kakamega County, noted that the adequate measures have been put into place to ensure that farmers get quality seeds and fertilizer, as Dorothy Musyoka now reports.
The government has intensified the fight against the supply of fake seed and distributing quality and timely fertilizers to farmers in its bid to lower the cost of living. Beare North farmers have raised alarm over delays in the disbursement of subsidized fertilizer from the National Cereal and Produce Board Ishera Depot, where they have also alleged corruption in the depot.
Tunaona wale wanakuja na maduka, hata njana walikuwa hapa na wakaenda, sasa wamekuja wamewekewa na waenda, hatujui vile wanapakua, hatujui wanafuata nini.
Nilikuwa juzi, nimeambiwa hao watu wa juzi wanahudumiwa watu wa leo, na wa leo wakienda pale kwa kaunta pale, unakuta wanasoma watu 10, lakini baada ya watu 10 wanakuwa ni kama 100, na unashindwa wametoka wapi hao wengine huwaoni. Sasa sisi tumeteseka, serikali hapo ituangalilie sana.
Beare North MP Geoffrey Ruku, who visited the depot after complaints by farmers, he gave the NCPB CEO an ultimatum of 2 weeks to put his depots in order, failure to which he will institute a petition to remove the CEO from office.
Here in Ishera, we have a problem. And if you are not going to ensure there is proper management in this depot within 2 weeks, to Kirundi Mbunge, I will put a petition to remove you from the office.
Elsewhere, Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture Paul Kiprono, who was attending the 27th graduation ceremony in Bukura Agricultural College in Kakamega County, noted that adequate measures have been put in place to ensure farmers get timely and right seeds and fertilizers to mitigate losses.
We have a task force going around the country to check whether the fertilizers being distributed are the right quality and quantity as earlier put in the specification by KEBS.
This comes days after the Directorate of Criminal Investigations impounded over 700 bags of fake fertilizers in Kakamega County. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Now let's stay in Embu for a bit. Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku has praised the judiciary for working independently on the issues that were surrounding the Affordable Housing Bill, which was signed into law by President William Ruto on the 19th of March 2024. While speaking at St. Luke's Siangera, the lawmaker accused some leaders of bagging the budget to benefit. Ruku called for budget scrutiny to get rid of unnecessary misappropriations.
Say we are supporting the judiciary 100%. It seems now there is proper consultation which is working very well in judiciary. We have heard that there is budget and corruption. We want a well-thought budget proposal, well-thought budget estimate, and well-thought budget.
Now, political leaders from Tharaka Nithi and Kitui counties have vowed to stop any move to build the proposed Grand Fall Dam, estimated to be worth 2 billion shillings. And as Dorothy Musyoka reports, leaders are now demanding full public participation, saying that the community living near the area should be compensated.
At the event to thank the Tharaka Ward representative Muthengi Ndagara, leaders from Tharaka Nithi County and Kitui County expressed dissatisfaction with the decision to construct the Grand Falls Dam, claiming that it will not benefit all residents in the two counties. The leaders, led by the Tharaka Nithi County Governor Muthomi Njuki and Mwingi North Member of Parliament Paul Nzengu, claimed the existence of a conspiracy to isolate the community while calling for public participation, which they claim had not been considered.
Lakini tunasema ile process ya public participation lazima ifanyike kabla jambo moja alifanyika pale.
Governor Njuki and Senator Wambua have defended the residents from two counties and demanded that they should get a compensation commensurate with the value of the land, as he also feared that the dam would not benefit the residents of the two counties.
The person who is giving up the land must be compensated with the same currency that the contractor is being paid with.
According to Njuki, he has narrated their fear following the destruction of their assets, which he says they should be fully involved in the inspection of their materials.
We want to do an analysis. Wakati wanafanya kuchimba, tujue nini wanachimba, ile mchanga wanachimba sio yao. Watuachie wapi? Hapa, sisi tufanye kazi ya kukagua tujue nini iko ndani.
Last year in September, President William Ruto signed a private development agreement for the construction of the Grand Fall Dam with the United Kingdom firm. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Now, switching gears to matters tourism. In a bid to maximize the tourism potential of the Lower Eastern region, the government, through the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, has launched a campaign pegged at creating economic opportunities and promoting sustainable development nationwide. While addressing tourism stakeholders at the Chulu Hills National Park in Makueni, Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua said that Kitui, Machakos and Makueni counties will be marketed as circuit for enhanced visitor experience and longer stays. The CS further appealed to locals and international investors to build hotels and other accommodation facilities, which he pointed out was much needed in the region. This is with expected increase in tourism activities. He noted that Chulu Hills National Park will be rebranded, beginning with roads that will be upgraded.
When you sell tourism, you're selling not just wildlife, you're not selling the beach, you're also selling cultural heritage and different circuit points. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm going across the country, identifying the various things that we need to identify. And cultural tourism is very big. And we are going to be talking further. We have set up a committee to set up committee ya implementation. Haya mambo ambayo tunasema tunataka kufanya, sio mambo ambayo tutayafanya miaka inayokuja. Tumekubaliana na
All right, Siaya County has been ranked among the counties with the highest number of tuberculosis infection cases. According to Siaya Tuberculosis Coordinator Mary Mwambura, the county registered more than 3,000 TB cases annually, making it one of the highest burden counties. This comes as the world is set to celebrate International Tuberculosis Day on 24th March. Vivian Opio reports.
Cases of tuberculosis in Siaya County are roaring as the country registers more than 3,000 cases every year. According to Siaya TB Coordinator Mary Wambura, this makes Siaya County one of the high burden counties in the country.
Siaya is among the 10 high burden counties in Kenya. So every year we always register between 2,500 3,500 TB plants whom we treat. Some die along the way, but majority of our cases, of our plants, we cure them.
Speaking at Ukwala Public Grounds during the World TB Day celebrations held in Siaya, with the country set to officially join other countries for the TB celebrations tomorrow, Wambura said the cure rate for Siaya County is at 92%, adding that the county government, in partnership with the national government and other stakeholders, have put in place measures to ensure that no one dies of TB.
We have a robust sample networking where a patient visits even a dispensary, and when we presume that this patient has tuberculosis, the work of the patient is just to produce sputum. We make sure that we send the sample to the hub. Then we bring the result and review these patients at their close to where they stay.
According to Wambura, majority of the patients who seek medical advice early and adhere to the treatment plans get cured. Wambura called on Kenyans to be wary of the disease that she says was still rampant, with Africa bearing the biggest burden of the disease.
TB is not only in Siaya, but we get the information that TB is still rampant. African countries bear the biggest burden of TB prevalence in this world, and Kenya is ranked among the high burden for TB in Africa. We are position 30.
While addressing the congregation, Ugenya Deputy County Commissioner Beatrice Dekeyo called for close working relationship between the public and relevant stakeholders to meet the national goal of eradicating TB by the year 2030.
Kwa kila mmoja wetu ameshika sehemu yake, na tukiendelea kutia bidii, kwa hakika kufikia 2030 hatutakuwa tunazungumzia mambo ya TB tena, tutakuwa TB free.
The world commemorates Tuberculosis Day every year to raise public awareness about the devastating health, social and economic consequences of tuberculosis and to step up efforts to end the global TB epidemic. Yvonne Kiamuma, KUTV.
Now, 14 minutes past 9 p.m. Time to take a very short break here on Weekend Live. Remember, plenty more to follow after this short break. See you in a while.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-5 544. KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu. Pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
You are watching Weekend Live with Auma Evans.
Precious people, welcome back. Now, in regard to the ongoing depreciation of the dollar is a double-edged sword as it favors some Kenyans while disadvantaging farmers who export tea and coffee. This is according to the CEO of Amira Sacco, James Mbui. Mr. Mbui has noted that due to harsh economic conditions in 2023, SACCOs faced bad loans and low cash flow.
As the government praises the drop of the dollar, Kenyans working for foreign companies online have been largely affected. Aside from them, tea and coffee farmers who depend on importing those essential commodities have dealt a big blow. According to Amika Sacco CEO James Mbui, dropping of the dollar is a double-edged sword.
The depreciation of the shilling in our environment is a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword because one, we are supporting agriculture, and most of the agricultural sector that we are supporting is tea and coffee, and because a lot of the products that we are supporting are exported because of instability within the economy, that again also affects the financial sector.
Many savings and credit cooperative societies in the country witnessed a high number of defaulters in 2023 attributed to the harsh economic conditions. While speaking at an annual meeting in Murang'a town, Amika CEO noted that during the year 2023, SACCOs faced financial headwinds which affected so many institutions. He added that non-performing loans reached up to 14.8%.
There is now quite a bit of improvement of over 20% in the less than about two months. The year was revenue of 1.1 billion and a net income of 174 million. We also have interest for Amica Ventures, which is our subsidiary, is going to be paid at the rate of 5 to 9%. And we have the SACCO shares and that are going to be earning a dividends at the rate of 5%.
Mbui noted that despite the harsh economic challenges, the SACCOs have attracted 8,815 new members, as well as an increase in profits.
Kenyans continue to rely on SACCOs for saving and loans for different purposes, including starting of businesses. Gracious Aganda, KUTV.
Thank you, Gracious, for that. Now, the World Food Programme says Zimbabwe is at the peak of its lean season, with 2.7 million people across the country facing food insecurity, even before the effects of ongoing drought Columbus Mavunga reports from Mangwe, one of the most affected districts.
In southwestern Zimbabwe, crops in the Mangwe area have withered away. Even local farmers will be among Zimbabweans who need aid until next year. That includes 42-year-old Singazi Sibanda, a mother of 3 children.
All my crops were burned by the sun. I don't know how we will get to next year and where we will be. The crops died at early stages.
Mangwe is one of the districts in Zimbabwe most affected by drought. Local officials say some people may have to go work in nearby Botswana or in urban areas to survive.
Boreholes have no water. Dams are drying up. There is no grazing grass for animals. Maybe some hay will be brought from other areas to feed the local animals.
Food is being distributed in hard-hit areas. Evelyn Ndlovu is the Minister of Matabeleland South, also in the Mangwe area. She says the government is in touch with international aid agencies to get more help. Officials say the crisis is growing worse in the region due to recurring droughts caused by the El Nino weather pattern.
The crop situation in Zimbabwe is very poor at the moment, and we expect that the number of people who will not have adequate stock from their own production to last them until the next harvest, which would be then by the middle of next year, that number of people who will not be able to meet their food needs over that full period will go up.
Zimbabwe's government says the 2024 grain harvest will yield about 868,000 tons of grain, an alarming 62% drop from last year's total and far below the target that officials had set for this year. Aid groups say they are stepping up efforts to help.
We're focusing on this January to March period, which we have identified is the peak of the lean season. It's the most critical period. But as you're mentioning, it's also important for us to provide additional opportunities so that even throughout the year, people have options and means to support their families and households.
A message that brings some hope to people like Sibanda. Meanwhile, Zimbabwe's information minister says the country is working to ease food insecurity by waiving taxes on the importation of rice, maize, potato seed, cooking oil, and genetically modified maize for stock feed in a bid to lower prices for average Zimbabweans. Columbus Mavunga, VOA News, Mangwe, Zimbabwe.
In Nigeria, it has been a long battle to close the gap between the supply of housing and the demand for it. The construction of low-costing housing from both the government and the private sector has been insufficient. Experts in the housing and construction sector are calling for urgent changes in policy to overcome the deficit. Gibson Emeka has this report narrated by Vincent Makori.
Charles Oguchukwu, a videographer and cloth merchant in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, has been trying to rent a home since last August. He had $1,000 for a small apartment in the city center, but rents have nearly doubled in the past 5 months. Oguchukwu now lives with a friend.
It's not even easy to up the budget as it stands now in the country. If the place is motorable, the price is high. Like sometimes we are 6. Affordable home shouldn't be something that someone must be a millionaire.
The housing shortage in Nigeria has worsened over 3 decades. Nigerian news media in recent months have reported an estimated gap of 22 million to 28 million units. Olumide Ferdinand's company, Talana Homes, sells affordable land with basic infrastructure available for low-income earners.
If lands are made available, infrastructures are provided, low-income earners, Nigerians can start to have properties. Once you have a land, it's always easy to build a house.
However, inflation, government policies, and other bottlenecks makes it hard to do so.
Government also needs to look at titleship of land acquisition. It's pretty much more difficult to even acquire land as a developer. The high cost of building material, construction materials too, is a problem, because if the land titles are there, it's easier for us to create or mitigate these gaps.
In September 2023, Nigeria rolled out a low-cost housing program to build 7,000 homes across 7 states. And in February, the government launched the renewed Hope Cities and Estates, a mass housing program to build 50,000 homes this year. Toye Eniola with the Association of Housing Corporations lauds the initiative, but has concerns.
It's one thing to flag off a project. It's another thing to ensure that it is successful. We want to believe that it won't go the way of other policies in the past work out. But my concern is that some of the old projects, the old housing projects, it's like they were abandoned, and we have so many of such projects that have been abandoned.
To end the shortage, 1 million houses need to be built every year for the next 2 decades. The Association of Housing Corporations says fewer than 100,000 homes are built annually now.
And one of the major challenges is housing finance that is not readily available, lack of housing database, lack of workable mortgage. If we don't look critically at all these issues, we are not going anywhere. Developers are not having enough support from government. Even the state housing corporations are not funded. Do we have rental houses? No.
Industry stakeholders are calling for a review of foreclosure laws and recommend that the nation adopt innovations used in other countries to grow the sector. For Gibson Emeka in Abuja, Nigeria, I'm Vincent Makori, VOA News.
Right, let's take yet another very short break here on KUTV Primetime News. Remember, plenty more to follow after the break.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. only on KUTV.
Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
Now, 25 local coaches have today completed the Football Kenya Federation CAF A coaching course at the Kenya Institute of Special Education, KISE, after 6 months of intensive training to equip the coaches with the required skills and knowledge in line with the World Football Governing Body, that is FIFA standard. Now, the 25 tacticians await graduation, were subjected to 17 modules, and also completed CAF A exams supervised by CAF Inspector Abraham Mebraru. Michael Olunga bagged a brace as ruthless Harambee Stars rained riot over host Malawi in the ongoing four-nation tournament at Bingu National Stadium before Ayub Timbe added the third goal for Kenya. Jonah Avire nailed the final blow on Malawi's coffin. The Engine Firat-led charge will now face off Zimbabwe in the finals on March 26th at the same venue after Zimbabwe edged out Zambia on penalties. You're now updated with the latest in the world of politics, business, sports, and of course now it's time to wrap it up. Many thanks for all men and women who made this production a success, and for you, our esteemed viewer, for always keeping us a company in the last 30 minutes or so. My name is Auma Evans. Joy Mtava has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, precious people, you have a lovely night.